on this. That. What do we need to get a fire going? We need a bunch of little kindling, tinder. Oh, these little sticks you find still growing on the trees. Oh, hey, listen to this. Hear that snap? It's good and dry stuff. I'm gonna get a big old pile of it and then process it down. You don't even need an axe for this. Just break them off. Yeah. So I'll break all these little tiny twigs off and break it down into sizes, smallest, a little bigger until you get to fingernail size. So I got that little bundle broke down into finer twigs. On the next step bigger, a little bigger. I'm gonna use that for a fire lay. You would need a heck of a lot more wood than this to get a good fire going. I don't think you even have a fire going until you got branches about the size of your arm burning, but that's what I'm collecting. Up in the trees, it's dry spot, you're gonna find it. I'm gonna get a big old pile of that, crunch it up, make like a bird's nest, put finer stuff down inside. Let me show you in this tree. Go on up in here, you see how it's all just hanging out. You reach in there with your fingers like a rake. Yeah. On up in here by the tree, the farther it's gonna be drier. I'll get a big old bundle of that and I'll show you. So I broke off some white fir boughs, put down on the ground. You might not know this, but the green pine needles, when it's hit with a flame, it'll flash up too. A couple reasons I did that. One, I need to go gather up smaller stuff, some old man's beard and leaves, dry leaves and stuff, and I'll put it down here in the center, but I didn't want to be dropping a semi-dry material down in the snow, so I'll put that down on the ground while I go collect other stuff. And like I say, as the fire goes, that'll act as an accelerant as well, so kind of dual purpose. So here's some I'll show you this here. It's one of the next things we'll be grabbing. You see that fluffy stuff? We'll be grabbing that. Oh, you guys see that there? We'll gather a bunch of that. There's black too. So this stuff here, can't recall the name. I always called it old man's beard, always known as old man's beard. You can boil that and use it for wound dress. It's got antiseptic properties to it. You can also weave that into rope, not real strong rope, but you can use it for bedding too. Same with the cattail. I'm gonna gather up a bunch of it here. And we'll get a good ball of this stuff. Hopefully find a little bit of pine pitch as well. And we'll crunch up those pine needles and any fine duff. That'll be your initial piece that takes a spark, start building the coal. And then from the coal you need something that'll catch fire, burn pretty easy, quick, and that's your finer duffy stuff, and just builds on and on. So I'll get a bundle of this and I'll show you the next step. Well, here in the middle of nowhere, you can't escape noise pollution anymore, I swear. I've been in the middle of backcountry, 20 miles horseback ride from the closest road. Still hear planes and jets, and you get moments of peace, but you don't only hear the birds, but then you get a jet. Anyway, you guys see this stuff here? That's the next thing we'll be gathering. I'll set you up and get some of that and show you. You can just grab it by your hand and kind of peel it off into your hand here. This is pretty fine. I'm dropping some. A little seedy. Put that in the middle. Hopefully we can catch a spark with that. We need quite a bit. The finer you can get that stuff, the easier it's going to take a spark. The more time you take on your prep, the better fire you're going to make. I'm going to get some more dry leaves. I'm going to take this over by the fire lay and see if I can find some dry bark to crush up too. So my granddad always told me, carry 3 things at all times: a lighter, a flashlight, and a knife. And if you just got a lighter and a knife, you can make a fire really quick. I'd have them going already. This right here is pine sap. It's so useful. It's a great fire accelerant. You can actually put it on cuts. It's antiseptic. You can make pine pitch glue, mixing that with charcoal and dry deer manure, melting it in like a clamshell or whatever, crush it all up, melt it, stir it together, and roll a stick in it. You got a primitive glue stick. It's pine pitch is so amazing. I've heard of people chewing on it. I don't know the benefits of that, but anyway, like I said, you can see a big old gouge of it right there. I think I had it in frame. But with a lighter, if you just snap you off some dry sticks, smaller sticks, you get some of that pitch on there and light it, it'll sit there and drip, little fireballs. It's that's all you need, some pitch and a lighter. You can get a fire going, some dry wood. You can get your dry wood. So just breaking branches. As long as you hear this, you hear them snaps. Dry. Well, this stuff breaks really easy. You can see it's got a pithy center. Breaks real easy. Hear that? It's got that pithy center. You get that going too, pretty easy. We'll break off a big branch of that. Hopefully it's got some of that bark. Take it down there too. This is the bark I'm after. It's really papery. You hear it? Process that down. I don't know if that's quite enough. I'll get a couple more pieces. what I'm after. We'll break that down real fine. Hopefully we got enough here. See if we can get this fire going. You can do this on the snow if you lay your pine boughs out. So what we want to do is we're going to break this down just as fine as we can. I want to shoot the sparks into here and nest it up. This bark here, I say we're going to really crumble it up. Try to dust it. I don't know if you guys can see from there very good. You gotta say something if you can't see. I don't know what you're looking at. I guess whatever I'm showing you. The finer we can get that, the better off we're gonna be. Now if we can get that to spark up, next thing we'll do, we'll add this finer stuff. Like I said, I always carried a Bic, so I'm no expert at this by no means, but we'll see if we can get this going. No expert. I've only built a couple fires with a ferro rod and a knife, so just a skill I'm trying to pick up. Good to know, you know, if you fall in the drink, your lighter ain't gonna work for quite a while, so ferro rod will. Put your tools away before you lose them. I have made fire! Well, we got a fire going. Check this out.